This is not sponsored and is meant to be a personal project. Unboxing. Inside the box, you will get a keycap and switch puller, a 2.4 GHz wireless receiver, a manual, extra keycaps, extra switches, and the keyboard itself. Features and specs. This keyboard has a Type-C port, on and off switch, and a connectivity mode switch. This is the Amazon page for the keyboard, and as you can see, the keyboard comes in different switch types: brown, yellow, red, and there are different variety of colors you can select the keyboard in. The keyboard is priced at $80, which I find is a great price for all the features it contains. I originally bought this keyboard around for $75, but as you can see, the price has gone up, but you could probably find a future deal that will lower the price. This keyboard has PCB foam and case foam out of the box, which is great. You are also able to further mod this keyboard by taking the top frame apart. Stock sound test. My goal with mods. The plan is simple. Make a keyboard with as much tactility as possible and make it sound as poppy/snappy as possible. Mods I apply to my keyboard. WS Brown switches, Texie 58 gram 2-stage spring, JRX 205G0 keyboard switch loop, and painter's tape. Modded sound test. Sound test comparison. Additional comparison. The keyboard when it was stock, it was an amazing keyboard, even though I usually don't like linears. The sound for the stock keyboard was more hollow and thocky, which I don't hate, but I rather tactility and poppiness. The feel out of the box was very smooth, which I was really surprised, and the linears felt great, even though I'm not a big fan of linears. The sound for the modded keyboard was way poppier and way snappier, which I loved way more over the hollowness and thockiness of the linears. For the feel of the modded keyboard, it is amazing. It is very tactile, and I'm very happy of the amount of tactility I got out of these switches. And I also lubed the top stem of each switch and some of the stabilizers to make sure they were all smooth and they feel great and smooth. At the end, that was my goal with this keyboard. Have a gray area where tactility and smoothness meet, and this is just great. Help me improve this keyboard. This was my first time ever modding a keyboard and lubing switches, and for the most part it was good, but at the very first initial stage I was struggling a little bit, but I made it through and I think it was really worth it. This keyboard is really easy to mod, and I really recommend this keyboard for modding. It was a fun learning experience which I learned a lot through, and I plan on modding other keyboards, so tell me if you'd like to see that. If there's any other way to make this keyboard sound poppier through mods or lubing stabilizers, let me know in the comments, and I'll probably think about applying those mods to this keyboard. You may ask yourselves why I chose this keyboard. The reason why is because of the 3 modes of connectivity, which I don't travel a lot, but it is really nice to have, and you don't have to fumble around with key functions to just connect through Bluetooth, which half the time doesn't work. Another reason I bought this keyboard is because the function keys all work fine, unlike the GK61 I had, which half of the function keys wouldn't work and the Bluetooth wouldn't even work either, even though it had Bluetooth promoted in the product. Also, this is the first keyboard I modded, and I knew I wanted to mod, so I didn't want to go with something very expensive and just mess up all over. But yeah, after some time I finally finished building my first modded keyboard, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I honestly think this might be my endgame keyboard. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, learned something from it, and I'll see you next video.